Hello, I'm Carol Flavin, and this is my Peco Rail200 Diorama challenge layout called the Lanehead Railway. And after a very long time, it's finally got track. Previously, I put down a piece of cork track bed, and then I needed to lay the track. So I decided on this occasion that I would do it using glue. And I used the drawing pins to hold the track exactly where I wanted it. Peco bug boxes are very wide, so I used that to check the sizing and the spacing of where the track is against the station halt. So the track is now stuck down. It sits on the top of the track bed. Actually it's interesting, you see things through the camera lens you don't see with your eyes. So I've got a little bit of glue there to take off because I glued it down in the end with Yoo-hoo glue. Then, in advance, I used rail matches, weathering paint. One is the rusty one, and I'm not sure what the other one is. It's a sort of greyer colour. Anyway, I used both of them. And I also touched up the sleepers using a very pale acrylic with a dry brush to highlight it. I've mixed some ballast in a little pot. Now it's a mixture of Jarvis's N-gauge ballast, which is a proper stone. I then added some other ballast I had, which included some light grey and some dark grey. At this point, I have put down the ballast. I've sprayed it with a spray of 2/3 isopropyl alcohol and 1/3 of water to settle it. And then I've dropped ballast bond on it, the deluxe materials. It was at this point I realised I'd got a problem. The ballast swelled with the combination of the liquid and the ballast bond. And although round the outside of the track it looked fine, within the track and within the sleepers, it swelled up. Now this was a ballast I'd not used before, and I clearly should have practiced with it first. So the next and rather tedious job is scraping some of it out and having another go. Annoying as it was definitely worth it. I scraped out the excess, put a bit of the Jarvis actual stone in, and then I made everything the same colour by putting a dark wash. Fairly thin, very dark grey one. So now I have a layout with track. I've done you a split screen here to show you the difference. So on the left hand side is where I ballasted it with that mix of stone ballast from Jarvis and the other ballast that I used, which swelled up enormously. And I found it really upsetting to discover I just couldn't live with that. So I spent rather a period of time, a bit tedious really, scraping a lot of it out, putting a little bit more Jarvis in, and then painting it with a dark wash. And as you can see, the difference is immense. I've got quite a lot coming up, so I'm going to take a couple of weeks off, and I'll do a reveal of the whole diorama probably in early September, and that's probably going to be my next video. As always, please like, share, subscribe, and I will be doing more videos. And I hope to speak to you again soon.